And welcome to the PPA Australia Melbourne Championships, powered by Joola here at the Frankston Centenary Tennis Club. And I'm joined in the commentary for the women's semi-final by the superstar herself, Michelle Esquivel.
Oh,
Welcome
geez.
aboard.
Hey, thanks for having me, Gordon.
How good is this?
This is amazing, and it's been a tough day because it's been so windy out here. We've been watching players really try to, adjust to these conditions where we came from Vietnam. It was hot and humid and muggy, and then now we're here in Melbourne where it's really overcasty, chilly, and it plays differently with the Duraball, doesn't it?
It does, it does. And I was going to ask because, you're obviously a pro, and the ball does play different when it's cooler.
Yeah. And with this wind, you have to be able to adjust with your footwork. And singles players normally have really great footwork, but you can't set up too early for a shot because it just gets away from you when it's windy. And also with the weather being a little chilly, the ball gets cold and stiff and super hard. So it's really hard to control when it's like that.
And does that mean it's a faster ball, Michelle?
Absolutely. It is a faster ball. So a fast ball that's moving crazy all over the court, it's going to be wild.
It makes for a lot of fun. And, our two semi-finalists. So closest to camera, we've got the amazing superstar from the Netherlands, the number one player from the Netherlands, Rose van Rieck, up against Pei Kao from Taiwan. And you couldn't get a more action-packed semi-final if you tried. Both of these players are just relentlessly incredible, and they're finding the podium pretty much every time they play at the moment.
Yeah, and Pei coming off of a Vietnam win at the Vietnam Open in singles, and so she definitely wants to defend her singles title, and Rose doing a great job at making it through the bracket.
Yeah, and you look at some of the names that Pei's taken out today. Zhao Yi Beckwall, who I saw early on, she had a great win. She was playing great. So to get a win over Beckwall was incredible, and then to beat Sarah Jane Lim in the quarterfinals, that's a pretty good effort from Pei Kao. And then on the other end of the draw, you've got Rose van Rieck. She had a win over Catherine Westbury, and then Michaela Hayat in the quarterfinals, and
in 3 games, 11-9 in the third.
I know that's a real in these conditions.
Yes,
like you were saying, because Michaela is known for her ground strokes, her strong driving, and when that ball's cold and when that ball's moving, it can cause trouble. So
it could definitely cause trouble, and we're here watching both courts 1 and 2. And you guys, if you haven't seen Jason Taylor and Kenta play before, make sure you follow them and watch their astounding singles play. They're one of the 2 best on the MLP PPA tour.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we couldn't catch the end of that, but Kenta Miyoshi, their number 1 player from Japan, I think he's just gone down to Jason Taylor. So Jason will book his ticket into the gold medal match up against Tom Evans, I believe.
Yes, against Tom Evans. Oh, some incredible matches here.
Yeah.
In Melbourne.
So an all-Aussie gold medal final coming up in the men's singles, and that'll be a cracker of a match for sure, because we were talking off camera before about the energy that Jason Taylor brings. He's just a buzzball of energy, isn't he?
We love his energy, and I was fortunate enough to play with him in Vietnam because he substituted for Matt Carter, and I loved playing with him. But we have our singles underway here on court number 2.
And it's all about Rose van Rieck and Pei Kao. So 0-0.
And 2 misserved right off the bat.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of the singles players go for their serve, set the tone right off of the first shot of the point.
And that was a lovely shot falling in for Pei Kao. And you can see both players wearing their layers early, because it is cool. And dare I say, Michelle, the breeze has sort of eased.
Don't jinx us. It has calmed down a lot, actually.
And a lovely shot there from Cal.
Yeah, beautiful positioning there from her. You don't know if she's going to go down the line or cross court with that. And that's what makes her such a tricky player. She pulls on the very last millisecond.
And have you played against both of these players,
I
Michelle?
have played against them in doubles, but not in singles. Yeah, I played against both of them in doubles. An MLP with rally scoring.
Oh, nice play. Nice build there from Rose. Moving Peikow around the court.
And that's what we haven't seen all day because of the wind factor. So it's nice to see a beautiful constructed point such as that one.
So it's 1-1. So it's the best of 3. First to 11 win by 2. So this is the first game action here live from the PPA Australia Melbourne Championships powered by Joola. So the forecast for the rest of the weekend is fabulous, I believe.
Okay.
So, yeah, just a little bit windy and cloudy today. And then Saturday and Sunday are looking good. So, oof, just going long for Cow.
Looks like Pay's thinking about taking off a layer.
Yeah, there, off come the pants. She must have some zippers on the bottom of those trackies. Quickly removed by Cow. So the action hotting up here in Melbourne. That slice off the paddle, just going wide from Cow.
Yeah, you could see her trying to go to that forehand corner, but it's being pushed just wide, so got to be a little bit mindful that the direction of the winds are going that direction and just giving herself a little bit more space, you know, to work with. She's used to hitting those lines. I've seen Pay in action. She's used to, you know, getting those accurate shots in. And again, this factor of the wind, just even a slight little gust could do that to your shots. And I think she'll find it here in this first game.
So with the conditions the way they are, Michelle, which of these two players do you think has the better game to manage those conditions better? Who can change it up if required, do you think?
I think Rose has proven herself today, you know, just by getting here into the semis and just being a little bit more patient. But you never know. Each game is so different. And Pay finally finding that forehand, which is definitely the shot she's been targeting on Rose. So now how can Rose, you know, adjust with that now that she's making shots?
Oh, and that one in for Cow. So, yeah, that wind really making the players second guess themselves a little here. So a 2-2 start. And that serve going long for Cow. So we saw in the men's singles just a few service errors. So the women's also heading the same way.
I'm okay with service errors, especially in singles, because you really have to go and set up the point from the first shot, especially in these conditions.
Just long. You really hit the nail on the head there, Michelle, because it's really important to get that first serve deep, or the serve deep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can, perhaps put a bit of kick on it if you can. Or
Yeah, a little bit of topspin, or depending on what your opponent, you know, is struggling with. I've seen a couple short balls that Rose missed because the ball was low and she's trying to pass on a low shot. So it just depends on every player. Oh, all the layers are coming off, Gordon.
Yep. The action is definitely heating up now. So a ball just coming on court from a match off to the side. Rose just checking on the ball, the integrity of the ball. It seems to be okay.
Wow.
And
Beautiful.
a lovely shot.
It's a beautiful cross-court roll there. She's able to get in position really early, finds the opportunity to really put that spin on it.
And it really is a trademark of Rose Van Rieck, isn't it? That cross-court dipping shot that she can just almost pull from nowhere.
Ooh.
A bit of fire there from Pei.
Yeah, I haven't seen that from her myself.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Shows some emotion on the court.
I know, you know, when we watch her play with the Southeast Asia Surge, she brings a little bit of energy, but you're right. She's normally a little bit more subdued in the singles, and
you could see that's actually shifted things for her. She got the side out and a point, so that little come on, you know, could really mean a lot to the player and really push them through some slumps.
oh, and how good is that? And that's really what you were saying before, Michelle. She leaves it to that last moment, and it's so hard to read.
I honestly believe, like, I when I watch players, I see like what I really like about their game, and I always try to find like what things they struggle with, and it's hard to find that from both of these. But what I really like about Pei is her forehand and how she holds it to the last second, and to see where her partner is leaning, and she goes right behind them every time.
And it's such a skill. And if you're on the receiving end of it, you don't realize it until it's way too late.
Another point for Pei there. So again, after that come on, you saw a little bit of a run there from Pei, and that's really helping her out here. She's moving better energy, and that could really take it here in game one if Rose doesn't call a timeout. Yeah, she was down, and now she's ahead by 2.
So a bit of momentum with Cow here. This is game 1 of the women's semi-finals. The winner of this will book their ticket into the gold medal match, and they'll play Summer Delabonna, who had a victory over Yuchi Shea in the other women's semi-final.
Is that her sitting on the bench there for Rose?
There you go.
That's the camaraderie here on the PPA MLP Tour. Everyone's tight-knit and
that's it,
helping each other out. And then you got Yushei on the other bench.
And they're Standout sisters. So, you know, the Standout paddle, they're both sponsored by Standout. So I guess there's that extra camaraderie between Summer and Rose. So the question is, should Rose make it through to the gold medal match? You know, what's it like playing up against one of your mates? Michelle?
It's tough, but I learned this a long time ago with tennis, and something that I learned from my mom was you are best friends, you know, outside of these gates. You're like the best of friends, and you could have whatever kind of relationship with your friends, but when it is court time, when it is competition time, that's your battleground. You know what I mean? And everything, you kind of have to let everything else go, because once you're on the court, that's like an arena. That's the cage where it's like the survival, you know? So I always had that mentality, you know, when everyone respects each other, when you're on the court competing, battling against each other, and as soon as you leave, it all just kind of disappears. And some people could deal with that. I try to do it that way, but it's tough for others. You know, they leave the court and they still feel like a little resentment.
And it festers.
but not here.
So, and it looks like they're getting a new ball. So
yeah. The Durafast 40, the neon It does go out of round very fast in these types of conditions, again, where they're cold and people are hitting the ball super hard because we're playing singles. So it gets like egg shape, and it does affect the ball a lot. So glad they're calling that.
So an extra factor. Not only is it,
All
is it the
factors.
wind.
These
So
are the things that people want to know, right?
yeah, absolutely. And you know, it just adds a whole new layer to this, to these players who have battled through to the semi-finals. They've battled through absolutely everything today. Not only has it been a deep field that's featured some of the best players in the world, it's also these external factors as well. So you've got to really, you know, take your hat off to these gals. They've done a tremendous job just to make it this far. So players back in. Oh, great pick up from Pickleball. Oh, Rose. What a rally.
Point. What a point. You normally don't see resets in women's singles. That was huge from Pei.
And it just speaks volumes of the skill.
All right, Rose called a timeout, and that usually stops the momentum of the opponent. But here, Pei has gained an additional 2 points and with a new ball.
Wow.
So she's got to be feeling confident right now.
Absolutely confident. And she's opened up a really nice lead here, 9-4. So as we mentioned, the winner of this match will play Summer Delabona for the gold medal. And a nice 1-2 from Rose Van Reek. So can she wrestle back some momentum here?
Just want to give a shout out. I know, I'm from the States, and I felt very welcome here in Australia during the MLP and PPA, and just want to give a huge shout out.
We love you, Michelle. We absolutely do.
Just a huge shout out to Sanj, to Gordon, to Hugh. There's so many people, the refs, so many people working very hard to make this event successful. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you for having me.
Oh, we're absolutely stoked to have you, Michelle.
Back at it.
And that was just long. But, we were talking yesterday, about your experiences here in Australia. We will touch on it after this. Oh, great play. Fantastic play by Pei Kao. Finishing.
It always feels so good when you set up a point to put a shot away against someone who's getting to every single ball. So great construction there from Cal.
Especially against, the caliber of Rose Van Reek. Just wide again. So Rose is returning to the middle of the court. Michelle, is that a good strategy at this point?
I mean, it's the safest return that you could hit. And, in singles, do you want to play safe or do you want to go for it? And I would actually return to Pei's backhand a little bit more, but you never know, like, with the conditions, what Rose is feeling, right? So that's a middle ball. And we've seen Pei, in great game there, but we've seen Pei take these forehands and work. She's like a wizard with her forehand, so I would try to set it up by going to her backhand first, make her run all the way there to get to her forehand, or just set up something differently. Sorry that you asked, Gordon.
No, I love this insight. And actually, so there it is. So there's the first game, 11-5 to Pei Kao. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second game action right after this.
Super duper.
And welcome back to the PPA Australia Melbourne Championships powered by Joola. This is women's semi-final action coming to you live from the Frankston Centenary Tennis Club. I'm joined with Michelle Esquivel.
Introduce yourself too.
Well, and I'm Gordon Watson. So,
there you go.
So we've just seen Pei Kao take the first game. So Rose needs to take this to take it to a third. And she starts strongly. That'll give her maybe a little bit of confidence. And if she can build some points here, I think Rose will take some confidence into the rest of this match. And I'm just wondering, Michelle, is there a points advantage to either end, do you think?
There could be, right now the wind is carrying to the side and not behind their backs, right? So it could be. We'll see if it plays out that way. It's hard to tell.
And we were talking before about your experiences in Australia. We'll come back to that after this. And that
It stays
falls in. So there's that wind factor again. A ball that would normally fly, dropping in. So, yeah, so we were talking yesterday about where Australia's at the moment in terms of how it compares to Australia. And we'll come back.
Short return. Rose was not able to get up on that one, so Pei takes advantage of it. And usually when the server gets up before the returner, it's a little bit troublesome.
Getting the roll.
Yeah, if I were Rose, I'd be targeting the backhand a little bit more to Kao, just because it kind of sets her up. You don't want to hit to the strengths. You want to try to avoid the strengths, what's giving you trouble, and that forehand of Pei has been just deadly.
Surgical. Oh.
So she was able to create coming in, going to the backhand side, and that's exactly what we need to see from Rose here.
And that, like you say, just set up that point perfectly for Rose. Can she build some momentum? Oh, and a lovely put away from Rose. Now, you told me once about your game, and you play to your players' weaknesses as much as you can, yeah?
I play to their weaknesses. I don't have a spectacular shot per se. I'm just consistent everywhere, and I try to find the opponent's weaknesses because I'm a coach, and that's what I always look for, to develop their weaknesses, right? And also see what the strengths are, and try to play that game. I love playing to that. But sometimes you have to hit to the strength first and get ready, and anticipate what they're going to do with their strength to hit to their weakness. So there's so many factors in play when you're competing in singles. And look at that backhand.
That backhand is beautiful.
And that one was to the middle of the court.
And look how calm Pei Kao looks. She's the ice woman.
Yes.
Just although she did have that little G up in that game previously.
She's a cool cat.
She is a very cool cat. Just long.
Yeah, and I've noticed that Rose is a very emotional player at times. I've seen her compete the last 3 events, so it's like the complete opposite. Yeah, but we were talking about the experiences here in Australia, and it does remind me of back, when I first started playing pickleball in 2017, where it's very fresh, and I love that feeling to see that here in Australia. You could sense that the sport is growing here in this country and in Asia, and it's such a beautiful thing to witness, and it's just very great. We need more refs, so everyone that's at home, if you know people who want to volunteer their time and ref for the growth of the sport at these tournaments, contact MLP PPA Australia.
Well, there is so many opportunities right now. If you're not a player, but you want to be involved, there are so many opportunities. Reffing's just one, and, just volunteering and being a part of the vibe that's here at the tournaments is another. Like everything from putting up banners to, to helping out around the courts. It's a really good community.
It is a beautiful community, and it's worth being a part of, and it's gratifying, and it's something that everyone should definitely consider. I know a lot of the American retirees, they go to ref workshops so that they could come. They travel, they play the amateur portion, and then they go ref the pros. Wow, it's very exciting for them, and but that's how the community builds, and you're friends with everyone. It's so much fun to be a part of it. And we need you guys at home if you're watching.
That's exactly right. So this is game 2. So Pei Kao just coming back out onto court. Look how cool she looks. Like you say, she is the cool cat of pickleball.
That sends a message to your opponent. I mean, just someone who feels at ease and calm with the situation kind of puts you in a panic, because when an opponent looks comfortable, that means that you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So
Rose just in a little bit of trouble here. She's down 5-3 and down a game, and all the momentum just with Pei Kao right now. She hasn't really put a foot wrong so far.
And we have a little bit of time in between these points because the wind barriers have been
blown over.
Being blown over, yeah.
So that really,
So the courts are bigger.
Well, and in itself, it gives you a really good indication of just how strong the wind has been today. And I'm not sure if at home you can hear it in the microphones, but it's certainly a factor.
To the middle, and a miss hit from Kao. She laughed.
And she can't believe it, Michelle. Oh, lovely cross-court backhand volley from Pei Kao. Yeah, we don't usually have, like you say, we don't usually have this time between points. Pickleball is usually a lot faster, but
it's good. That means we could talk more. Yeah, Kao has been doing a really good job at getting up to the net on this side of the court and really just building for that put away at the net.
So 5-3. 3-5 rather.
Ooh.
Did that dip?
I guess it was in, because Rose, all she could do is go, wow.
Or just miss. Oh, no, it is. It is good. And I love that about Rose. She is like the fairest player I know. Like, I've seen her call balls in that others have called out.
I've seen that as well from her.
And in clutch moments like this. So we're all of a sudden locked up at 5-5 now.
All right, Rose changing things up at the net. That drive that she hit was, that she executed was dipping as the ball came over the net, and that's what we need to see when she's hitting those passing shots. And she tried to attempt it there as well, but you can't give anything high to your opponent because they're going to just demolish that ball, right? So you have to give, it's not about pace, it's about putting a little bit of spin and making that ball tough for the opponent to return back over the net. See, that ball that was coming off of Rose's paddle was dipping down, and Pei had to hit up on that shot, and it just ended up going out. But that's what we need to look for from Rose.
She didn't miss that line by much. I need glasses. I thought that was Nice pressure from Rose van Rijk. 5-5, second game. And the wind, I think, just playing havoc there for Pei, just on the point of impact of that return. And Rose going back behind there, catching Pei. So some quick points here for Rose van Rijk. Can she take it to a third game?
Joseph Crowther, please, to call 14. Could I please have Toby Clark, Brayden Kimpton, please.
And that's another point. So 3 very quick points here for Rose van Rijk. And a nice momentum shift for the lady from the Netherlands.
Maybe side is playing an option. Maybe that side is the, easier side.
It could be.
Not easier, but, there's an advantage maybe of
the money end. There's a long way to go, though. Can Rose hang on and put this second game in the bank?
Toby Clark, please, to court 12. Toby Clark, court 12.
So here we go. It's 8-5.
oh,
and
just
that
wide.
cross court just
Yeah.
missing Michelle.
But that's what she wants. She wants that shot over again.
So a timeout here and a great momentum shift if you're a Rose van Rijk fan. It's 9-5 and we'll we'll take a quick break and be back with more action right after this.
What's your duper?
So welcome back to the PPA Australia Melbourne Championships from the Frankston Centenary Tennis Club, powered by Joola. We've seen a bit of a momentum shift here. Rose van Rijk has a game point here. If she can take this game, we're going to a third. Michelle Esquivel. Oh.
Wow.
And there it is. Rose van Rijk has banked the second game, and we're going to a third, Michelle.
Sun's out, wind's going away.
And the guns are out too. Look at Rose. She is pumped. So, yeah.
Great playing from her. I felt like she was able to get the ball in a little bit more. I felt like she had more control. And, Pei's forehand hasn't been involved in the second game. So Rose has definitely been doing a good job at executing, at making sure she's constructing her points a little bit more wisely, and it's been paying off. So game 3 is going to be fire.
Yeah, well, we've seen, Pei won that first game fairly comfortably, and Rose has sort of won that second game more comfortably. How do you see this panning out? Do you think that far end is the money end, so to speak?
I do, but I also feel like Pei is going to fire up her footwork on this third game. I think she's going to run around that backhand, and she's going to utilize that in this game right here. I just feel like she's going to figure that out and really, give us that pumped up action she had in game 1.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I could see it in her body language already.
Let's see.
Miss serve.
Missed serve.
Looks like game 1.
But it's like you were saying before, in singles pickleball, you've really got to go for that serve. So we do see a few more service errors than usual. Nice deep return from Van Rieck.
Coming in.
And great. Sorry, Michelle. That was great play, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was perfect. She came in going down the line to Pei's backhand. The ball was popped up, and that's where she was able to get that shot. She's really working the point here.
Oh, and Pei cowed. And that's that pressure from Van Rieck then, that court coverage and that pressure.
Rose is playing really good right now.
And that ball just drifting long for Cow.
A little frustration from Pei, but I could see Pei putting a little cut behind her volleys, like she wants to keep that ball low. I did mention that Rose was popping up those shots, the ones that came down low and short, but Rose has figured that out. She's playing a lot more high percentage shots, which is really important, in singles.
And Pei really coming to the net with a bit more urgency so far. So a nice start here for Rose Van Rieck. The third and deciding game. Oh, a lovely passing shot from Cow.
Rose knows that was the wrong spot to go to. But yes, Pei needs to find that forehand. She needs to move and find that. Keep executing those shots.
That one just going into the net for Cow. So Van Rieck, 2-1. Lovely dipping backhand from Rose.
She's really found that in game 2 and now in game 3.
And the good sign here is she's finding it at the most difficult end. Oh, and she missed the put away, but she'll be happy with the way she constructed that point.
Exactly, and the gusts have come again. They come and go here. But that one just went right out of her reach. She was set up so early for that ball, and it escaped her.
Oh, and there's that little yes from Pei Cow. So she's finding that
Off of her forehand.
Yep. Some ominous signs here for Rose Van Rieck.
I love game 3s.
So that's what we live for. So the winner of this will book their ticket into a gold medal showdown with Summer Della Bona. Great net play from Pei Cow. Rose getting lots of encouragement from the sidelines.
You got Aaron Blitz, the Melbourne Mav himself.
Yeah, the Melbourne Mav, the captain. Bit of Trans-Tasman support as well. And Pei Cow just going straight down the middle.
Yeah, Rose moved just a little early there, and Pei took the opportunity, saw that as she held her backswing. She's so good at that.
Oh,
She gets to the ball early enough to hold it, and she just really is just watching you, right?
it's just incredible skill.
Off the net.
3-3. That one just going wide. So Van Rieck. Oh, and a stunning down the line from Rose Van Rieck.
She's feeling it. She's feeling good. She's able to get a lot of points so far off of this tougher, quote-unquote,
Yeah.
side.
Because, yeah, it is. So in this...
Oh!
and getting the net roll. So this is really critical points here for Rose Van Rieck, because if this is the most difficult end, she's banked a good amount of points, because we swap ends in the third here at 6. So whether it's Van Rieck or Cow that reaches 6 first, we'll then swap ends.
Have you seen Rose play singles before?
Yeah, yeah.
How is she doing compared to the other times you've seen her?
Oh, every time I see Rose play, she just seems to get better and better and better. And you know, I'm sort of lucky enough to have followed Rose's journey right from the very first moment she started playing, and it was back on the Gold Coast just over a year ago. Can you believe that?
I can
You know,
believe
like,
it.
Unbelievable. She's come such a long way in such a short space of time, and she's just an incredible talent. So she obviously comes from a tennis background, and so I rock up to pickleball training on the Gold Coast one time, and there's this lovely lady in front of me, and I smelled this beautiful perfume, and I just and I complimented her and said, "Oh, that's lovely perfume," and then lo and behold, she was playing pickleball with us, and yeah, we've been friends ever since. And you know, she's just such a lovely lady, on and off court. She's she's won a lot of friends, a lot of fans.
Yes.
Just purely because of her attitude and she just gives all and gives a lot of herself to the sport. So she's a real gem to have on your team or just to be around. She's fantastic.
Well, she got to 6 first on this third game, so that means there's going to be an end change, and Cow is down by 2. And Rose is on the favorable side here, so we'll see how she comes back and how I haven't seen Pei in this kind of situation before where she's been down in singles, right?
I know, yeah. And every time I've seen Cow in this position, she's come out on top.
Okay.
So I guess the most recent was in Bali fairly recently, and against Yuchi in the final, and it was pretty epic. You know, Yuchi got very close, but Cow managed to hang on, just find something. It's one of
down the
what
line, backhand.
a passing shot from Van Rieck.
That's huge.
That is, wow. You know, like, that's the sort of point that can really give you the confidence to roll home.
And the momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. But she's playing Pei Cow, remember. She is a fighter. Here we go. Nice fist pump there from Pei Cow. She's not done with.
Fist pump and some self-talk.
Yep.
Heading back to the baseline. So let's see it. Right now is a very, very crucial time, Gordon, to gain some points to close this 4-point gap.
And there's one. Great net play by Cal.
And a big let's go.
Yes, she's feeling it now. And what, like you said, Michelle, this is now a critical juncture in this match.
If I were Rose, I would call a timeout. Stop the momentum. Don't let your opponent get comfortable.
Oh, you're kidding me. Did Rose get that?
No.
Oh, just wide.
Just wide.
I'm with you, Michelle. I'd call time now. And because Cal is on a run. And that makes it 7-7.
There it is, yeah. But the point of taking a timeout 2 points before that still would have given her the lead on the timeout.
Exactly.
And that makes a huge difference when you call the timeout. So everyone at home wondering, when to stop the momentum of your opponents. I mean, when you're ahead, even when you're ahead by 2, even if, it was 3-7 not too long ago, within a matter of seconds, we're already at a tie game in game 3. So that's how crucial timeouts are and when they should be called.
Yeah, like you said, that there was clearly a little shift at 5-7. Then would have been the perfect time.
Yes.
And Rose would have still been in front. But, well, it's in the bank now. It's 7-7. So
Yes.
this match is literally anybody's to take. And, wow.
What changed in Rose's game?
Well, just where she was hitting the ball, perhaps. So, we talked about it before, hitting to the pay backhand and constructing the point.
And what has changed differently with Pay's game?
Well, I just think she's got a little bit more self-belief. She pumped herself up. She's hitting with a bit more confidence.
I'm telling you, singles is such a roller coaster.
Oh.
You're up, you're down, you're sideways.
And I have a feeling there's a few more twists in this match yet.
Ball stays in. Defense from Rose.
Oh,
off the
and the
net.
roll. Oh, what an incredible rally. And Cal just relentless on that backhand cross court. And the defense from Rose Van Reek, they were just not giving up. Really pushing each other to the max on that point.
That is the point of the day.
Wow, unbelievable. And with that, Cal now has a 1-point lead, just 3 points away from booking a gold medal place. And there's a beautiful passing shot down the line. And Cal letting out a yell.
She's just letting it all out.
Yes. She's literally throwing everything onto the court right now. And that's just gone long.
So now with a deficit here, a 3-point deficit and a game match point, Rose calls her second timeout.
So what we might do, we'll take a quick timeout. We're going to take a quick break and then be back with the match point right after this.
What's your duper?
And welcome back to the PPA Australia Melbourne Championships. You're joining us. Rose Van Reek just took a timeout. It's game and match point here for Pei Cal. 10-7. Can she cement her place into the gold medal match with Summer Delabona? And it's just drifted wide. So the door just slightly ajar for Rose Van Reek here. Oh, and what defense. And Cal just feeling it right now, Michelle.
Second opportunity for her. She needs to stay on her toes. She needs to find that forehand. Let's see if she could do it here.
Match point, semi-final. And there it is. Pei Cow has taken the third and final match, 11-7, in an absolute seesaw of a match, Michelle.
Yeah, incredible play by both players. Congratulations to Pei for moving on to the finals, and a special shout out for Rose for doing such a great job. And she's still developing her game. Obviously, she's a young player, so we're going to see a lot from her here in the future.
Absolutely, and what a way to finish. So Pei Cow has booked her ticket into the gold medal match against Summer Delabona. So we'll take a break, and we're going to be back with more action right after this.
Looks like Jason Taylor's coming up.
Oh, look out.
What's your duper?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Melbourne Championships here from Frankston Centenary Tennis Club. We're about to commence play with a bronze medal match between Yushay Hesh and Rose Van Reek. It's going to be 1 game to 15, and it's my pleasure to have on debut Amelia Schmidt joining me in commentary. Amelia, welcome.
Thank you, Adam. Yeah, super excited to be here. I think it's going to be an absolute thrill of a match.
It certainly will be. And we just saw a very hard-fought game there for Rose Van Reek, going down to Pay, who's going on to the final. We've commenced play here. And as you can see, no points have been awarded yet. We've got Yushay on the attack, though. Gets a favourable net roll there. And Amelia, you played earlier today. How did you go in these conditions?
Conditions are definitely very tough. I think the girls are super lucky. The wind has kind of died down. The sun's coming out. But earlier today, it was absolutely wild. It very hard to control the ball. One side was definitely a lot tougher than the other. But I think we're going to have a fair match here. I think the wind has died down. So, yeah, the girls are super lucky right now.
Oh, nice put away there from Rose Van Reek. Setting that play up so well, coming into that kitchen line.
Yeah, really good pressure from her.
We do see a bit of ball retrieval happening from the players at the moment. Unfortunately, we would have a lot of signage in and around the courts, but the conditions here, as you might be able to hear audibly through the microphone as we speak, quite blustery here, so we've just had to set everything back a bit. So the players are going far and wide to collect some balls. What a shot there by Yushay Hesh. The forehand side of Rose Van Reek made her stretch far and wide for that one. Unfortunately, she couldn't get that one back over.
Yeah, it looks like it was the forehands of both girls. They were almost targeting each other's forehands.
That was a fabulous touch there by Yushay.
Yeah, great approach by Rose. I think it's going to be whatever girl's going to apply the most pressure by coming to the net. I think it's really tough conditions. It's hard to pass. So definitely it's going to be whoever's just taking on the net.
What sort of evolution have you seen over the course of this year? Obviously, this is now our 6th PPA tournament for the year, Amelia. Obviously, you're a very accomplished singles player yourself. In terms of, I guess, the evolution of the girls' game, we're seeing a lot more sort of baseline play these days than coming into the kitchen. What do you sort of put these sort of evolution down to?
Yeah, I mean, I think the entire year it's kind of been very consistent with which girls are performing really well. Obviously, you have Pay and Summer, who have been absolutely brilliant. And then it's kind of been Ujay and Rose and myself actually kind of, you know, fighting for that 3rd spot. I think I may have fallen off a little bit recently with all the travel, but yeah, I think, like you said, we have some girls, you know, opting to a timeout they're called.
It appears that maybe Rose Van Reek has just called for that timeout. As you can see on the scoreboard, folks, it's 5-2. Now, I did notice you say Ujay. Have I been saying it wrong?
I mean, honestly, we need to ask her again. I asked her earlier this year, and perhaps I misheard, but I have been saying it Ujay the entire year. So we definitely need to find that out. It is a tricky name to pronounce.
Well, if you've got first-hand knowledge that you're passing on to me, she is now known as Ujay. I like it. Ujay Boujay.
Yeah. Ujay, I don't know. Maybe I'm saying the last part wrong, but I could have sworn that's what she told me.
Well, it has been exciting, all 6 tournaments over the course of this year. Obviously, this is our final one for the year. Which tournament did you enjoy the most, Amelia?
Oh gosh, I mean, so many options to choose from. I definitely enjoyed New Zealand. I was super, super happy for Mitch, my mixed doubles partner, who did really well. He got a triple crown, so I was honestly just so happy for him there. But yeah, I'm not sure. Probably New Zealand was great vibes there.
And play again from the baseline. Both girls going toe-to-toe here. Speaking of New Zealand, that was an indoor. Would have been nice to be indoors, so you wouldn't have to contend with too many conditions. Might have been nice to have indoor down here, but as the sun... Oh, it's a beautiful shot there from Yushay.
Yeah, it almost feels like Rose at times is coming in on the wrong shots. You know, sometimes the balls are a little short and she should be coming in, but she's now a little bit scared if Ujay's hitting some really good passing shots. So I think she needs to be a little bit more selective on what shot she's going to come in on. But overall, I think that is the play for her to come in.
Nice play there by Ujay. Saw there Rose maybe listening to a little bit of your advice, staying back, but Ujay on the right ball at the right moment took the opportunity to come in and put Rose on the back foot there.
Yeah, 8-2 right now. I think Rose is switching onto the better side in my opinion. At least I did play on this court in the quarterfinals against Summer, and I felt like, yeah, the side closest to us is quite tricky, and the wind is almost swelling a little bit more. So, yeah, maybe Rose can find some momentum on the other side now, but it is really tricky with a game first to 15. It definitely favors the players that is going to come out, you know, strong straight away and get a good lead. So we'll see what Rose can do here.
Yeah, it's interesting you make that note there, Amelia, because I certainly think that on camera here, we've got Ujay at the baseline. There is a bit of a breeze sort of coming from behind her, but across to the right-hand side of court. I think you can see on Rose's side,
Lovely point.
she's able to drive balls and they actually dip a lot more into that wind.
Exactly, yeah. You almost feel as though Rose is now with the wind, so her shots are going to be coming a little bit faster. So that might favour her, and that will help her get to the net as well.
Ball's in.
Yeah.
Nice play there. It's going to be interesting, actually, to see Ujay, whether or not she will look to come into the kitchen, because it might be fatal if she comes in on the wrong play. We saw it time and time again with Rose, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I think Ujay is actually a really smart player and very selective on what shots she comes in on. She's very comfortable staying back, but then she's also, you know, takes the initiative when she knows the balls are short and she knows she should come in. She definitely does come in, but she's a good player with that. Very good selection.
That one just
Unlucky
called
there.
wide there. Yeah, I definitely think she's got a very high skill at letting balls go as well. She seems to read the play very, very well.
She
Earning
does,
points.
yeah. She had it.
It's interesting, that one. You might have caught it on camera at home, folks, that forehand just sort of seemed to curve around a bit off Rose's paddle there, and it held up at the kitchen line. Oh, it's a beautiful
Yeah,
shot there by
great
Rose
shot.
Van Rijk. Yeah, I was just wondering, are we going to see maybe Ujay misjudge a few balls, but I don't think she so much misjudged that one. That was just a perfect shot there by Rose Van Rijk.
Yeah, it is almost tough with the wind as well. You might think a ball is going out and then it just kind of swells back in because of the wind. So it'll be very interesting. I think she might stay back on this return.
Well, it's a big deficit now that she's chasing down 7 points, 9-3 to Ujay Hesh. And that one goes long off the paddle.
Yeah, I think a couple more points and we might see a timeout.
9-5, correction. Sorry for that, folks. Nice to see Rose starting a bit of a fight back. She is down probably the more favourable end, we do believe. Farthest from camera.
Just Rose missing a couple back ends there. I think maybe she should opt to maybe come around and try hit a forehand on that. She's got enough room and probably shouldn't be hitting a backhand on that, I think. And her forehand is definitely a stronger shot, so I think she should try to do that.
Yeah, perhaps the wind may be having a little to do with that shot selection, because I feel like that blustery condition from behind Ujay forces the ball to come at you a little bit quicker than maybe it looks like it might be coming off the paddle.
Oh my, the girls going right at each other. They're all in love.
Just catching Ujay off guard. Rose Van Rijk very apologetic, just making sure that Ujay does know She's sorry, but I thought that was smart play to go straight at her, especially in these blustery conditions, Amelia.
Yeah, actually, every time I play Uje, if she comes up to the net after she's hit a passing shot, you almost, think to hit to the open court, but she's right there. So actually, I think it was a very smart move by Rose to just go right at her. Don't think she was expecting that.
Oh, that's a
Lovely
ripping shot down the left-hand side there by Rose Van Reek.
Yeah, she is creeping back in, 7-9.
Well, certainly, we talked about the change of ends, Amelia, and you mentioned it yourself when you were playing. You certainly felt a lot more comfortable at that far end. And we won't see a further switch of ends either, folks. So, first to 15 here in this bronze medal match at the Melbourne Championships, PPA Tour Australia. Great overhead smash there, Amelia Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's going to be the girl that applies the most pressure at the net, that's coming in more. I think Rose is feeling a lot more comfortable on the other end. Like we said, I definitely felt the effects whilst I was playing. The side closest to us is brutal.
And what a put away there by Rose. She really set that point up well.
Yeah, timeout called.
Probably a smart timeout there as we go 9-9. Might take the opportunity to go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll see the recommencement of play of this bronze medal match between Yushay Hesh and Rose Van Reek. Hello everyone, welcome back to this bronze medal match. Of course, we've got Rose Van Reek versus Uje Hesh. Rose Van Reek bringing us back into play with serve there. It's a tight one, 9-9. That was a great get there by Rose Van Reek. But
there we go, yeah. We talked about it, the open court. Rose saw it, but Uje was right there. So maybe she should have gone right at her.
I think an important timeout was called there by Uje Hesh. She's just regained serve. She's been the dominant one throughout the duration of this bronze medal match so far.
Wow, I mean, I did not expect that ball to go in whatsoever, but as we can see, because Ujay's actually against the wind, that ball went in.
It seemed to be a bit flighty, but it did just kindly bounce within the perimeter of the court here at Frankston Centenary Tennis Club. Blustery conditions, folks. You probably can see it and hear it now.
Oh, wow. It has definitely picked up. I think Rose is going to have to be very, very careful. She's coming in with the wind, and if she slightly overhits it, that ball is going long.
I think, Rose called that ball out, but then reconsidered. One of the fairest players I think we have on the PPA Tour Australia.
Yeah, I think she almost, it was desperation, and almost maybe she mishit
maybe
it.
hope.
Yeah, she mishit it and was like, oh no, but then, realized her mistake.
Oh, wow, what a lob. That's a great touch there from the baseline from Uje Hesh.
2 in a row, I mean, and both of them were really, really effective. Rose just asking how many timeouts they get in this first to 15.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. But the score is 13-9 in this bronze medal match. She realised she had one up her sleeve. Well, very interesting after that timeout from Uje Hesh there, Amelia. Obviously, she called it. She called it at the right time, and she's made a move on the scoreboard now in this bronze medal match. First to 15, she is up 13-9. And we saw there, interestingly, a couple of lobs she brought into the game. I thought that was pretty risky, but it did pay off for her.
Yeah, she is a very tricky player. I mean, you'll definitely see, like heaps and heaps of different shot selections throughout her playing. She'll chuck in some lobs. She'll do some short sort of angle passing shots. She's a very hard player to read because she can easily switch it up, and very strong on both sides as well.
Yeah, certainly very brave to be lobbing in these conditions, with or without the wind. It is swirling a lot. If you are tuning in from home, thank you so much. Big warm welcome to anyone. This is Pickleball Down Under, this bronze medal match. And we have now a bronze medal match point. She just pulled the trigger a bit too early on that one, Amelia.
Yeah, she did. She was on the ground.
Another one just goes wide, so
Yeah,
maybe a
closer
bit
and
too
closer.
keen to end this one. She's looking to regain serve here.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, Rose is winning points and straight away serving. So she's trying to, just keep her momentum going because, pickleball is a game of momentum. So that was very smart of her. But luckily for Ujay, she just hit the ball a little bit wide and Rose had to actually go retrieve it. So might help her.
Oh, she read that, didn't she, Ujay?
Yeah, great approach there.
It's very interesting you mentioned, how quick she was to serve. What sort of tactics can you do, shall I call it court management, to kind of slow play down when you are in that awkward position where you're trying to slow things down, Amelia?
Honestly, tying your shoe, big one. I remember my tennis coaches back in the day would always say that. But in pickleball especially, it is so fast-paced that I would definitely recommend doing that if you need.
Oh,
Wow. Oh,
it's been called out. Asking the question of the referee there.
referee's overturned.
It did look in from here, didn't it, Amelia?
It was really, really close, honestly. I don't blame Rose for calling that one out. It was very, very close. But ref has overruled it. Here we go, another match point.
Just struggling to finish off this good work, and now that Rose van Riet does get served back, it's now or never, Amelia. 11-14.
Absolutely. I think she needs to definitely keep approaching the net, keep putting the pressure on Ujay, make her hit that passing shot.
That's a beautiful return of serve. Oh, that's too good. And that's the bronze medal match completed, folks. Ujay Hesh, our bronze medalist at the Melbourne Championships. Well, Amelia Schmidt, that was a really exciting game. It was pretty topsy-turvy. Obviously, Ujay Hesh, she got the ascendancy early on. There was a moment there where Rose started to make an impact through the middle of the part of the match, but ultimately Ujay adapted to the conditions well when she changed ends.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of net tapes there that unfortunately just didn't go the way of Rose, but I think she did play quite well considering these conditions. But again, Ujay just too strong on the passing shots there, and she's very mentally strong as well. So even when it got super close at 9-9, I think she just kind of reset, got back on court, and just trusted her game.
She certainly did. Well, thanks to everyone for tuning in, and thanks to everyone, including Amelia Schmidt, on debut, folks. I think she did an absolutely fabulous job. Will you come and visit us again sometime, I hope, Amelia?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm not in Australia too often these days, but whenever I am, I definitely enjoy it. I think I need to go get a sausage sizzle after this.
Well, you're welcome in the commentary booth anytime. Thank you so much. And we're going to shut things down for now, folks, but we will be back this afternoon with lots more action. The all-important MLP Teams event. We can't wait for round one of that kicking off later today. Thanks so much to Joola, powered by Joola, of course. We'll see you this afternoon for more Pickleball right here from the Melbourne Championships.
What's your duper?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the PPA Tour Australia. We are going to witness a gold medal match here between multiple tournament winner Pay. She's going to be up against Australian girl Summer Dalabona. It's going to be best of 3, first to 11 in this one, folks. Right next door, you might be able to hear some Jason Taylor commentary of himself at the moment. We've got the men's match. That's live on the other broadcast channel. We're about to kick things off here for our gold medal match, though. And joining me once again, we're going back to back with Amelia Schmidt. Amelia, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, happy to be here. I just enjoyed it so much that I decided to come back.
Couldn't get you out of the chair, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't even leave.
Well, you're very welcome. Here we go. Pay kicking us off. Summer Dalabona closest to camera. And Pay furthest away. I thought Pay might take off that MLP jumper to commence play, but obviously she's feeling a bit cooler in these conditions, Amelia.
Yeah, and perhaps she's just wanting to, represent her team. Her love for the team is just too much. She just doesn't want to take it off.
Referencing there, obviously the Southeast Asia surge. The captain is, of course, Pay. She's got some big commitments later this afternoon. Oh, and
Wow.
that's just been called wide there by Summer Dalabona.
I thought it may have caught, but, it was pretty close. Must have been out.
And we're seeing immediately Pay's deciding it means business now. It's a gold medal match. She wants to get rid of that jumper. Maybe get a bit more dexterity in that forehand, Amelia.
Yeah, that was a very long rally, and I didn't expect her to run for that last shot, so, yeah, fair enough. She's taking it off.
Nice aggressive play there from Pay, coming in very quickly to that kitchen line.
Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see whether she targets Summer's forehand or backhand more. Summer is renowned to have an amazing backhand, so it'll be interesting to see.
And we were talking off camera ahead of this match, and you made a very, very good point there, Amelia, that Summer Dalabona, her last 3 matches have all gone to 3 games.
Yes, they have. She has had a tough day, but honestly doesn't seem to phase her. I think she is happy to be here, happy to be competing. But I would not even be surprised if this went to 3 sets either. So that would be a very long day for her.
And you played her earlier, and in the first game you got her there, but she came back to win that one in 3. How did that match unfold for you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, very, very tough conditions. I think felt really good in the first set. Wind wasn't as bad, but unfortunately after that first set, the wind picked up and it was very tough to deal with.
Well, on the road to the final, Pay did overcome Rose Van Rieck, who unfortunately just went down in that bronze medal match against Uge. Oh, and a great little sort of defensive, almost half lob there by Summer Dalabona. She forced the error.
Yeah, I think we're seeing more and more lobs from the girls. I don't know whether that's because we've had some American girls come over and they've been hitting some lobs and maybe we're copying a little bit of that. But yeah, nice play from Summer there.
And there's that double-handed backhand, Amelia.
Yeah, that's the no-go zone. I wouldn't recommend hitting there at all.
Yeah, she's proven over the last 6 PPA events here in Australia just how formidable she is as a singles player. And that double hand backhand, her signature move.
Great shot. Yeah, and not to mention as well, I think Summer's really underrated as well in doubles. I think she's an amazing doubles player, not just a singles player. So I think she's also proven herself there and will continue to honestly just get better and better at both events.
And that one just called wide there by Pay. Importantly, she just regained serve. 4-3 in this gold medal match. Game 1. Yeah, I think Summer just signalling to herself there that that might not have been the best play.
I actually think that ball may have gone out. So it was almost like a she was just hitting it to hit it, but I actually think Summer got that one. May have just been out by Pei. Bit unlucky there with the wind. I think if you're sort of aiming for the lines, the wind's going to drag it out. It's going to go wide. So a bit unlucky there. I think she needs a little bit more margin.
Yeah, probably a good point. But she made such good court position to get all the way through to the kitchen line so quickly. We have seen in the earlier match on the far side where Pei is about to bring us back into serve, the balls are dipping a lot on that side. So you got to be very careful if you're Summer Dalabona about which points you decide to come in on.
Wow. Unbelievable play there. Really great coverage from Pei at the net, and the scrambling from Summer at the back is too good to be true. Like we were saying earlier, I think she's a very fit girl. I think she works out a lot, so she will just run down everything.
And a very favourable net roll there.
Except that, unfortunately.
If you are wondering what that sound was, it was Jason Taylor on our other court. He's in the middle of the gold medal final here at the Melbourne Championships. He's up against Tom Evans.
Yeah, I almost want to watch both of them at the same time, but need to stay focused on this one.
Well, this is our own gold medal match here, Amelia Schmidt. So we've got Pei versus Summer Dalabona. Bit of a captain's clash, you could say, with the Northern Crocs captain closest to camera, and Southeast Asia Surge captain furthest from camera, Pei.
Yeah, it felt like Pei was on that one. I think maybe she was just a little bit off balanced and maybe thought she was going to land in the kitchen, but she was on top of that, but too good from Summer.
Nice court positioning there by Pei. Really good forehand all the way to the baseline. Decided to come in. Summer just couldn't get that one over the net.
Oh, just missed.
She seems very, very keen to get into that net at every opportunity now, doesn't she, Amelia?
Yeah, absolutely. I think baseline rallies are a little bit too difficult right now with the wind, so I like it from Pei coming in, applying the pressure.
That's quite the shot there, the forehand down the left-hand side of the court on camera. Nice clean winner there.
Yeah, I almost felt like maybe Summer was expecting Pei to go to her forehand side, which then was a very smart move from Pei to go back in behind to the backhand.
And that double-handed backhand just goes long there. And if you are tuning in to this broadcast, we've got a Game 3 happening on the other broadcast in the men's gold medal match. Jason Taylor taking out Game 2, forcing it to a Game 3. Right here on Showcourt 2. We've got a gold medal match of ourselves. We're in Game 1 here. Currently, Pei is up in this match. But importantly, Summer Dalabona has just regained, should I say, serve. Blustery conditions here down in Frankston. Oh, what a shot there on the backhand from the baseline, Amelia Schmidt.
That's the one. That is the one. It's absolutely deadly. I've noticed that Summer recently has been hitting a lot of passing shots line against a lot of girls. So really happy to see her incorporating that cross passing shot. All tied up.
Well, it looks like Pei has just called for a timeout here, and while she calls for a timeout, we might have a timeout of ourselves. Don't go very far, though. More from this gold medal match at the Melbourne Championships coming right up.
What's your duper?
Welcome back to the Melbourne Championships here at the Frankston Centenary Tennis Club. Just had a timeout there called by Pay. We're back in play now. Summer Dalabona on serve. Oh, it's a beautiful backhand there. That ball just sort of died a little bit there, Amelia.
Yeah, almost felt like Summer was there and just a little bit unlucky. Maybe there's a little bit of a, I can almost see it from here, a little bit of almost a bad spot there on the court. It is pickle roll, so we are going to expect some bad bounces.
The referee just having a quick chat with the players, just letting them know what the current scoreline is.
I actually think Pave may have just did a kitchen fault there, if I'm not mistaken. See if Summer can use that to her advantage and get on a little bit of a run here.
Oh, that breeze just came up. You might have audibly heard it. Just that backhand from Pay sort of shook as it got over the net. Tricky to read for Summer Dalabona there.
Oh, very, very unlucky.
Summer Dalabona, she just takes everything in her stride, always with a big smile on her face.
Yeah, she's got an absolutely amazing mindset. Always fighting. You might not, necessarily hear it, or she might not show it, but you can definitely see that she is very focused. Yeah, I think she's a great player, but her mindset is really what, gets her so many victories and gets her to so many finals.
How about those consecutive aggressive backhands, Amelia?
Yeah, I mean, the athleticism from Pay as well was really, really good. I saw her sliding a little bit. That might be from her tennis background. I don't know too much about Pay's tennis background, but I would assume that she was a very strong tennis player. The wind is definitely a factor right now. I think, it's almost mid-rally that the wind might pick up and might favour one side. So I think it's going to be whoever can take advantage of that and almost like assess that the wind is picking up and maybe come forward or go for a bigger serve like Pay just did.
Eight, 9 current scoreline. Summer Dalabona there just leaking a few points at the moment. And see that ball travel long. That looked like it was going to be good off the paddle there, Amelia, but the blustery conditions now certainly an unwelcome third party in this one. We're going to go to a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the rest of this Game 1 medal match. It's a gold medal here at the Melbourne Championships between the Open Women's Division. Welcome back, folks. We just had taken the opportunity to go have a quick chat with the referee ourselves and confirm the score. We can tell you that it is 10-8 to Pay, and she has an opportunity here to take out Game 1 of this gold medal match. And as you can see there, she's just taken out Game 1 in these tricky conditions, Amelia Schmidt. Well, we're going to see a change of ends here, and it's going to be interesting to see the different playing style as the players do change ends. Very interesting match there. You definitely say that at times both players did get on a bit of a run there, and ultimately it was Pei who did the most when it mattered.
Yeah, absolutely. Not trying to jinx Pei at all, but Summer has actually gone to 3 sets the past 3 matches she's played, and she started on the bad end every time. So I would not be surprised whatsoever if Summer can turn this around and actually take it to 3 sets. But we'll see. We'll see what Pei can do. She needs to stay very focused right now because, you know, that's what Summer's been doing all day, coming back and going to a 3rd set and taking that 3rd set.
Here we go. We're about to recommence play. Summer Dalabona bringing us into serve. Game 2, gold medal match. Oh, that was a lovely setup there. Good court positioning gained by Pei. That backhand. Summer Dalabona, she's going to have to be very wary of that, Amelia Schmidt.
Absolutely. The wind has actually slowed down a little bit, so much better conditions. Good for Pei. Wow, great shot there. That was unexpected. I think all of us were kind of expecting her to hit across, and that was an absolutely beautiful shot line.
Well, it's interesting you made the comment of bad end, referencing the side that Pei is now on, bringing us back into serve. Well, what do you think makes the far side the superior side to be on, Amelia Schmidt?
Honestly, I don't know because, you know, nothing's really too blocked off. Potentially it might be, you know, the chairs here right in the middle that are maybe blocking it a little bit, or perhaps the wind is just swirling a little bit. I think the Pei right now is against the wind, so if someone can take advantage of that and hit through the ball, it makes it very, very difficult for you to sort of get any pace on your shots because so much pace is coming towards you. So, but right now the wind seems to be just kind of swirling around in all different types of directions.
Summer Dalabona late in that first game there. Not much went her way, and at the start of this game 2, this all-important game 2, Amelia Schmidt in this gold medal match, she just hasn't found the right calibration yet, and that ball does go long, unfortunately, there for Summer Dalabona.
Yeah, I think Summer's strength is definitely her passing shots. So, unfortunately, if her passing shots aren't going her way, then she'd have to do a lot, I think, to sort of turn things around because I don't think she likes to come to the net too much. So maybe we'll see a tactical change there. She might start approaching the net. That is insane.
That's an exceptional shot there, Amelia Schmidt. On the backhand, has the touch at the net by both of those women.
Wow, I thought Summer had that for sure. I honestly can't believe Pei even got there. Pei's movement has definitely really improved, I feel like, over the past 6 months.
Oh, and she cramped her up big time with that serve, didn't she?
Yeah, we saw Pei miss a couple serves in the start of this set, but I think it's a smart move. I think it's a good choice to go for your serves, especially in these conditions.
Great setup there by Pei, forcing that high ball and putting the...
Started off with the big serve and then came in, and there's nothing Summer could do there. I think we're going to continue to see Pei hit some really big serves.
Who's probably got the most powerful serve within the PPA tour here in Australia, you think, Amelia Schmidt?
I actually think it might be my fellow teammate Shelby Bates.
Right.
I haven't played her in singles, but just seeing her in the Dream Breaker, she definitely cranks it. So it might be Shelby Bates. Yeah, great shot there by Summer. Summer's approaching the net. great reach by her. She was there for that, but unfortunately just out of reach.
Pei is just so creative, though, when she does see her opponent come to the net. She almost relishes the opportunity to find a gap, find some space, and time after time she generally does.
Yeah, and she does a very good job at also approaching at the same time. So she's applying that pressure. She's not really leaving too much space or open court for them to hit into. I like that play. I think actually female singles in Australia is moving towards a little bit more kitchen game from the females.
Oh, what a put-away backhand there by Summer Dallabonna.
Yeah, that's what she needs to continue to do. She needs to apply that pressure at the net. Yeah, like I said in the bronze medal match, it's going to be whoever's applying the pressure at the net, because it is very tricky to pass in these conditions. Oh, Pei proving me wrong. That was amazing.
Well, that's one heck of a shot there. She took her time with that forehand. Nice loopy forehand, dropped deftly.
I think a timeout would be smart from Summer now. She doesn't want to let Pei get too many in a row here.
I think you might be right there, Amelia Schmidt. We're now 7-2, and Pei has been the most aggressive one here, calling all the shots, and she's been finishing off a lot of her good work.
Yeah, I think Pei has got her eyes on the prize. She wants this really badly. I believe that Summer beat her in the Gold Coast PPA, and then Pei won in Vietnam, so it would almost be the decider right now to see who can get up 2-1 and almost claim the singles victory for the year.
Well, what a point there, Amelia Schmidt. How well did she set that one up? Summer Dallabonna, forehands, backhands, the touch.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Summer may have hit an out ball at some point there, must have hit the line, and she somehow recovered from it and almost had the perfect drop. The wind helped her out a little bit there, and Pei was a little bit, you know, confused on what to do, but Summer's recovery in that point was phenomenal.
Oh, an inside-out forehand to finish. Well, since she's regained serve, she's gone on a nice little run, but it's just been stomped right there. Pei calling for the immediate timeout. 7-4 to Pei in this gold medal match. We're in game 2. Take a quick break. When we come back, the rest of game 2. Welcome back to PPA Pickleball Tour Australia gold medal match here in our open women's division. Summer Dallabonna, she's chasing down a small deficit in this game 2. Game 1 taken out by Pei. Pei's been the queen of the court in many of our championship tour events so far. She's looking to add another one. Summer Dallabonna, she has also won a number of trophies this year, so this is the last event for the year. Amelia Schmidt. My name's Adam Hall.
Yeah, I think these two girls are evidently our two best players on the PPA Tour in Australia. They have proven themselves time and time again. they're just super, super strong singles girls, and it's honestly remarkable what they're doing, just continuing to perform at the top so consistently. But honestly, this is the final showdown between the two of them. Who is going to claim it?
We'll just see there, Pay smartly staying back at that baseline. We've seen for majority of the matches played out today, Amelia Schmidt, that you need to be very wary when you come into net. Most of the play has been controlled from the baselines.
She had it just missing wide there. Is this what Pay needs to take it? She is 2 points away from victory.
That's one.
Wow, just missing.
Yeah,
and
went
on
wide.
our other live stream currently, Jason Taylor has a match point, a championship point. Could this be his first title?
Would be an extra special effort for Jason Taylor if he can get that done over Tom Evans. Right here, we've got a big fight on our hands, Amelia Schmidt. Game 2. Oh, that's a put away there by Pay.
Yeah, I think that when you start to hear Pace screaming like that, you know she wants it. She's locked in. She can almost taste the victory right now. Wow. That was extremely lucky, but also very brave by Summer. It's paying off. She went for a massive back-end line return there.
And Jason Taylor has just won his first singles title in the Melbourne Championships. What a fight that was. 3 games he's done it over Tom Evans. Simply incredible. Congratulations to Jason Taylor.
Yeah, I am absolutely stoked for him. I've seen how hard he's been working the past couple months. Didn't exactly have a massive breakthrough when he first came into pickleball, but he definitely is right now. He's really proving that hard work pays off.
Speaking of hard work, there's a lot of hard work here ahead of Summer Dallabonna. She needs to regain serve and she needs to put up a big fight in this game too. And unfortunately there, that ball finds the net and that brings up a gold medal match point for Queen of the Court Pay at the Melbourne Championship event here from the Frankston Centenary Tennis Club. And that's the victory. She clenches it. Pay does it in 2 games over Summer Dallabonna. Well, what a match we've just seen there, Amelia Schmidt. Ultimately, though, Pay, right time, right place. She was so aggressive throughout the majority of that match. She's just taken out in 2 games. This adds to her trophy tally for the year.
Yeah, I think that makes her the overall winner, I guess, in singles. I think she has officially claimed the most titles. Great effort by Summer there. Conditions were really tough, and honestly, I think she fought very hard the entire day. But Pay proving to be too strong. It seemed like the wind did not even phase her. Yeah, great player. Very deserving.
Well, it's been an absolute privilege to see both these women and all the rest of the open draw on the men's and women's side battle it out in these tricky conditions. But ultimately, 2 champions have been crowned. Just witnessed Pay on our court. We've got Jason Taylor on the other court. Congratulations to both those players. We're going to be shutting this stream down now. But ahead this afternoon, we're going to be seeing the MLP kick us off. Amelia Schmidt, you'll be playing for the Western Vipers. Reckon you can go deep in this one?
Absolutely. I mean, I have full faith in our team. I think, yeah, honestly, our team is we just run on energy. As simply put as that. We're, obviously we're a dream breaker team, but I think we have a lot of fight behind us, and I think we got a little bit lucky this time with the draw. I think the draw definitely affects, how your team goes, whether you can make it through to the quarters. So just got to take advantage of that, and yeah, just wish us luck.
Well, good luck to you. I'm certainly picking you guys at this Melbourne Championship event. We're going to shut it down for now, guys, but this afternoon, 3 p.m. local time, you will see us kick off with MLP Australia action. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations to our champions. We'll catch you soon for more live action from the Melbourne Championships.